Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Travel with Jose. I'm Jose, and for today's video we have a special guest here, Yoon from JustYoon. He actually happens to be a YouTuber that's also in the military. Today we're actually going to ask him a couple questions so you can learn his path, what he has to deal with in the military. Something different because we live totally different lives. I know that a lot of you guys watch my videos for military advice and things like that, so we are going to question him today. I'm going to ask him a few questions. Start off with question number one. Question number one. Why did you join the military? Why did you join the Navy?
After high school, I graduated high school 2012 and I started a business. I marketed products online for different companies and I got 10% commission. For the first couple of years, it was doing really great.
Okay.
Later on, it didn't do so well because of my inexperience and it failed. And I remember sitting down, it was November 2014 in my school's library saying, you know what? This isn't so fun anymore. I was working on my English paper. And I was like, what's something I never thought about doing, right? And then a quote popped up, when nothing goes right, go left. So I was like, back then I was business minded, you know?
Right.
And I was like, all right, time is money. But what's something opposite of that? Set pay. And I was like, you know what? The military has a set pay. Let me look into that.
Okay.
And then I don't know why, maybe it's too much Family Guy. Because whenever I watch Family Guy, it's always Stewie and he's out at sea and there's always, you know, crazy flashbacks. Okay. And I was like, you know, let me join the Navy. Let me look into this thing. So in 2015 June, left for boot camp, and here I am today.
So you can tell us, what is your job in the Navy?
In the Navy, I am a logistics specialist. So I deal with supply. Everything in the ship, it's built from supply. So I am personally in charge of ordering very expensive parts.
What's let's say, what's the highest that you've ever paid for something or ordered something?
Oh, it's got to be right about $400,000, $500,000. Yeah. Wow. And I do that almost on a weekly basis. I'm gonna have a pretty good resume by the time I get out. Yeah. Resume, ordered, I don't know, $1 billion worth of stuff.
Yeah, you deal with a lot of money. How long have you been in the military?
I have been in the military. This coming June is my 3rd year.
Okay, and with your military career so far, you feel like you've done a lot, you've done a little bit? Have you traveled at all?
In terms of traveling, I have been in Virginia for 3 years. Okay. I know Jose here have been to multiple different countries within his time. And it's a luck of the draw. Unfortunately, I got the short end of the stick, and I didn't really get a choice. I was just told to go here and I was forced to be here. But within my time, I made the best of it. 2 years ago, I took my leave to go to Korea for the first time. I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not been in the military, right? Being in the military provided me with the financials that was good enough to be able to go to Korea, spend all that money, and have all that freedom. And right now, as a person, I've grown a lot. Okay. I've learned to handle stress. I've learned to, I can definitely say when I get out and, I'm personally interested in starting my own business, the military... It's
helped you, in a way, yeah.
Developed a lot of skills in me to be able to, start a business, manage it, and also...
Not be scared to do it. Not be scared to, go with your dreams, go.
The most important thing right now, sometimes I take leave and I go home, and I'll be like, and I'll walk around like either like a church or a Walmart or whatever the place, and I'll be like, that's a safety violation, that's a safety violation. Okay. You ever have that?
Your training is kicking in.
Like, I'd be like, I look for all these things.
Attention to detail is something that we learn. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Definitely.
So definitely it's helped me in many different ways that I haven't even thought about, but I just, comparing military life to civilian life, I can just like know I've changed, even with that slight detail like, oh, safety, safety, safety.
So only being stationed here in Virginia, where would you want to go?
When I was in A school, they gave me a piece of paper and it had 3 options, right? Okay. Overseas, East Coast, West Coast. And it told me to put what you want the most, and 3, what you want the least. So I put overseas number 1, West Coast number 2, and then East Coast number 3. And unfortunately, I got East Coast. But I would really love country-wise, you know, if I could go back to Korea and be stationed in Korea, that'd be amazing.
Right.
But if not, you know, Europe's always cool. But yeah, if I could, definitely be Korea, not Japan.
No?
No.
No? You know how I feel about Japan. I love it there. Also, I want to let you guys know that we do have a lot of different bases. So you want to go to Europe, we have bases in Italy, we have bases in Spain. If you want to go more so towards the Middle East, we have bases in Bahrain. We actually always pull into places like Dubai. So yeah, we get to travel a lot. Hopefully, you know, soon enough you'll get to travel. Yeah. I know you haven't gone on a deployment.
No.
How do you feel about that? Like, deployment is a big deal when you're in an aircraft carrier, when you're on small boys. I'm actually about to go on deployment soon, and I'm really not ready for it, but it's just something you gotta always do constantly. I know when I was in Japan, I was on tours every 6 months. So every 6 months I was on deployment. I know you've only done, you said, I think it was like the minimum 16 days out to sea.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to have to do 45 days soon, so totally different lives. So now I want to talk about relationships. I've never really talked about relationships on my channel. I've had a couple in Japan, but let's talk about you. So what's your relationship status in the Navy? Is it difficult? Like, what do you see in relationship wise with other people that you work with?
So I currently have a girlfriend. It's been a bit over a year now. But, you know, before I get to that, you know, I guess one thing that I can say is having Tinder and like these dating apps.
Yeah.
it helps. It definitely helps. Because, yeah, there were a couple occasions where it definitely pays off to have it. I'm not going to name the specifics because my girlfriend will be like, you know, why are you doing this? But, you know, I met my current girlfriend in using a dating app, OkCupid.
Okay.
And, you know, she's not going to steal my organs or anything like that.
Yeah.
So lucky for me. And she lives in Brazil, so there's that difficulty there. So long distance wise, yeah. You know, for me, it's okay. You know, I prefer long distance right now at this point in life where, you know, I'm in the military, I'm out all the time, and, you know, I'm not going to have all the time to be with a person. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's great, and once a year we take a vacation to somewhere nice. And like last year we went to Disney World for the first mm-hmm. time. Military benefits kicked in, and, you know, like I got a massive discount. And also, you know, this year I'm going to Brazil, and yeah, it's been a good life. So if you guys want to follow him on social media sites, where can we find you? You can find me on JustYoon on YouTube, and also on Instagram, Yoon, YOON_ho HO_Kim. KIM. Make sure to follow him, guys. Link in the description down below. Okay, would you say you would do this again? With what I know now, if I could go back in time, mm-hmm. No, I would not do this again. Okay. This has been a very painful experience for me. Mm-hmm. Just the type of work, not the logistics specialist work for the first 2 years. Uh-huh. You know, I've been a janitor for the first 2 years. Yep. Just because you pick a certain rate doesn't mean, you know, you're going to do that rate. And in my case in particular, I was basically in the shipyards. My mm-hmm. ship needed a lot of repairs, and what I was used for the first 2.5 years was painting, cleaning, mm-hmm. cleaning after other people's feces and urine. And I know you have a video on that, right? Yeah, no, it's not even that bad. Like, that video, it was the sensor. It was, yeah, it's nothing compared to how it was in the shipyards. Like, what I would have to deal with is a lot of people pee in a bottle, not sailors, civilians pee in a bottle and then hide it. They would hide it throughout the ship. Okay. And then we'll find it, and we'll obviously have to clean it. And sometimes they pee in a corner. Uh-huh. And then over time, you know, when I went in to remove the floors to put new flooring in, that pee had been under the floor for many, many years. And you are bringing that up. Yeah. Just the smell. A lot of what I haven't said on my videos is, you know, the dirty work that goes behind joining. And when you first start, you
are at the very bottom, you are told to do something and you got to do it.
It's improved my, you know, work ethic dramatically. Right. You know, I know now, you know, in the civilian world, after 40 hours, you're like, oh man, it's, you know, it's too much. I need a break. You know, I need to go, you know, party or whatnot. But in the military, you're like,
you got to keep on going.
Like 60 is like, all right, 60 is your bare minimum, right? And then anything over that, you know, you just kind of start getting crazy. But you know, you could even potentially handle up to 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
Right. So being in the military, I learned great work ethic. But if I could have somehow learned everything that I do now in the civilian world and I had that choice, I would have joined.
I know I said in your video that kind of the same thing, that I don't regret my decision. I learned a lot, but I would not do it again. I would definitely not do it again. I would do something else, but hey, I'm the person I am now because of this experience, and you are the person you are now because of this experience. Yeah. On that note, also make sure to check out the video that should be up soon on his channel as well. Links are also going to be in the description below. Alright guys, we're going to finish this video off with 3 tips. 3 tips that you would give someone that's just entering the Navy.
Number 1, stay humble and scrub toilets. You know, when you're in the military, and for the first couple of, you know, years, you are literally going to scrub toilets and do the dirty work. But what I really mean by that is throughout your career, and you know, maybe even after that, never be afraid to get dirty, right? You're never too good for the basic foundations. You know, that's at least in my opinion and my belief. You know, no matter how high and, you know, high and mighty I think of myself, I'm always going to be doing the bottom work to always remind myself of where I came from. And tip number 2, you know, when it comes to money, right, save up as much money as you possibly can. My personal rule of thumb is $1,000 each month, right? So I'm almost 3 years in. I should have $36,000, but I don't. You know, just due to I take vacations, and when it comes to food, I don't put a price on it. I just get whatever I want, you know. But you want to save as much money as you can, because in my opinion, the more you save, right, money gives you options, and the options give you power to choose whatever you want to do in your life, right? Jose can tell you, right, he has choices, right?
I do.
And not a lot of people can say that and actually have choices, right? I have friends that have $25 in their bank account, and I have friends that, you know, have Yeezys, gold, you know, watches, chains, and you know, they live that kind of lifestyle and they enjoy it. Yes, that's great. But what it happens is they end up in working in a place that their heart is not in. And to me, you know, you can have all the materialistic things that you want, but when your heart is not in what you actually do, it's not worth it. Tip number 3, so pursue your passion while you are in the military, right? Whether you have a 4-year active, 5-year active, or 6-year active duty contract, while you are in the military, you know, in my opinion, it's very important to every single day work towards something that you really want to do outside the Navy, right? Maybe you don't know what you want to do, right?
But now's a good time to find out.
While you're in, figure it out, right? Financially, you're going to be set. You're not going to be starving because you're going to have the ship food, which, you know,
it's food.
Yeah, it's food.
Yeah.
So everything is going to be taken care of. All you have to do is find the time to figure out what you want to do for the next 5 years. You don't necessarily have to figure out, you know, for the next 20, 30 years, because that's too much, you know, too far in the future, and that's too much to really think about. But, you know, take the 5 years, let's say you have the contract for, you know, take that 5 years to figure out what you want to do for the next 5 years. You know, like Jose and I, you know, we've been in the military. I've been in the military for 3 years. He's been in for almost 5 years, and we have been able to pursue our passion, right? Being on social media, and that has given us great stepping stones in the right direction.
Like for me, I didn't really ever think I was gonna pursue social media like I am now. Never thought I was gonna start a YouTube channel. Never thought I was gonna get into Instagram. Never thought I would actually get jobs from having a YouTube channel. So yeah, it's crazy how life works. And I've definitely been studying all the time, anything I can about what I want to do later on after the military.
And you know, I personally recommend, you know, have a YouTube channel, right? It definitely, it's helped us because financially it's given us something to buy, you know, a meal, or you know, do something with a little bit of income we get. Nonetheless, right, you know, think about it as a second source of income.
If you actually learn how to use social media, you can actually use it to boost your business, whatever you want to sell on social media. Those are all your tips for this video. So before we end this video, why should we subscribe to you?
The reason why you should subscribe to me is I'm going to tell you like how it is, right? You know, the reason why I started my channel...
He's not gonna sugarcoat it.
Yeah. The reason why I started my channel was when I first went and talked to my recruiter, I was like, hey, within 4 years, do you think I can get my bachelor's degree? My recruiter was like, oh yeah, you know, you can do it. Jose can tell you, and if my audience knows, you know, I say at best, if you're lucky, you could get an associate's. What's your opinion on that?
I definitely wanted to go to school after the Navy. While being in the Navy, that definitely wasn't something that I was gonna do.
And even if you were to, do you think within 4 or within 5 years, do you think that could have been realistic?
That would have definitely not been realistic.
At best, associates?
At best, yes, you can definitely get an associate, but that's if you're really, really trying. You're really giving it all you got. Like right after work, go to study, go to class, or before class study. So yeah, you're really pushing yourself if you want to get a degree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that's been able to do it. And you know, if you're lucky enough to get a shore duty for the first 3 years of your life, you know, it's definitely
or maybe
possible.
Like a smaller ship, but an aircraft carrier, it's not likely.
So there's many different examples like that I go over within my channel, and I read every single comment. I might not respond to you right away. It might take a while. I might be gone for like, you know, a couple weeks at a time, but I will read and respond to you, or, you know, put that thumbs up button to your comment. So it's definitely worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that you really want to help all of your subscribers. So guys, if you made it so far, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and leave a comment. We're glad that you made it this far. Thank you for watching. Until then, take care. Bye.